So welcome all of you. For this video's topic of discussions is about artificial skin, and definitely artificial skin is not a big deal, but why this one of the recent studies has been done for this artificial skin about which having the sweatening capabilities. There are so many research, so many things is already there for the artificial skins. So many type of artificial skins are available, but this artificial skin having the capability of the sweatening, the natural like sweatening, this that can mimic, not natural like 100% natural, but that can mimic approximately the natural sweatening process. And how this is possible, because those artificial sweatenings or those artificial skin having some miniature robotic. And what this miniature robotic, these robots are the actually some electrical grid. And what is electrical grid and why it is needed, I'll tell you. See, so when we have these sweatenings, whenever we go out in the summer, whenever we perceive heat over the body, then we start sweatening, because whatever the sensor underneath the skin, they sense the high temperature and they want to protect the cells. And even for their protecting that cells, they dissipates water in a form of sweats. It's not only the water, even some metabolic products also, so it can cool down the skin temperatures. And apart from that, if when you perform the exercise, so exercise also lead to generation in the heat inside the skins. Okay, so that is the reason body try to cool down your skin surfaces, and that's why the sweatening is happening. And that sweatenings is very good for us. And why it is good for us? The first, it cools down our body temperature, and second, it removes the metabolic waste whichever inside the or beneath the dermis area, means like beneath the skins. So now this artificial skin, why it is very important research, because so many burning cases is happening in hospitals, so many burning accident is happening. So people, where this burning having the majorly the people burn, so that time the people need to do some artificial skin graft. So, but those artificial skin graft is more like the robotic one, because it doesn't have such kind of mimic the way the natural skins behave. But due to this artificial skin, even those burn patients, once they receive such kind of artificial skin, they feel such kind of sweatening the way the normal skin happening. And what is the best part? Like the same thing, and like the same thing, it can reduce the temperature, so they doesn't feel like more like they doesn't feel like some robotic skin or some artificial skin. They more feel like more natural skin. And how these things work? So whenever that artificial skin perceives the UV light, and its UV light is about the mild UV light, whenever it perceives the UV light, for example, if you have the cell phone where they have the various sensors, or if you go and check the surrounding temperature, surrounding atmospheric conditions, so you can find the UV index. So whenever this UV index comes to the mild levels, then the electrical grid which is embedded inside this artificial skin get powered up. They comes out over the skins as in some kind of blisters having some normal spaces. And whenever this comes out over the skin surfaces, and okay, but one thing, why whenever these UV light imparted over the skin, why they comes out over the skin surfaces, the reason behind is potential generations. Because as you know, we have the various solar cells, and these solar cells, how they react, like they perceive the solar light, they create the potential, that potential lead to the current generations. So in that way the electric circuit gets completed. The same miniature electric circuit is found in this robotic electric grid which is embedded inside the skin. So whenever the UV light imparted over there in the mild level of UV light, those electric grid get activated, and when they get activated, wherever they have posted, they start absorbing some metabolic waste or anything inside the surrounding area of that skin. And definitely the skin burn is happening. So maybe the below there, wherever this electric grid is embedded, they start absorbing some kind of liquid sample from there, and then they start emitting from them. So that is the one thing. So now the second most important thing is that, like whenever you take a drugs, so this drugs is absorbed like from the all over the body. Each and everything, different parts of your human body absorbs drugs in some of the content. So maybe the skin is also one of the largest organ, and it absorbs such kind of drugs. So it helps in eliminating those extra drugs or unmetabolized drugs, which is not good for our human body itself. So in that way also it help. And the second, if want to see, like if we want to develop the any kind of human android, a human robot, so we want to mimic that human robot more behave like a human. So this one of the things, when we graft this artificial skin over this human robot, so it more function like a human, like it more close to the function, like it's more close to the human behavior, not 100% but maybe more close to that, because it be the sweatening is start mimicking the ways, the same way the natural human body is reacted. So that is the one of the best part. And the second, for the robot also, it is very best for them. Why? Because the robotic surface also able to absorb, because if we make some robotic surface with metal, so they also absorb energy, they get heated up. So definitely this artificial skin, it helps in reducing the surface temperature of the robot also. So in the both way, it is very beneficial and the good studies, not only for making the human like humanoid or human robots, but even the patient which having the great like, but the the people have the higher extent of burning, skin burning. So even for those patients also, it's very helpful. So that is one of the more, I can say, is a benchmark study, or if I can say, that is a study which make human robot more close to the human behavior, because it's more function like behavior is there. So yeah, so that is one of the best studies. So I really like this study, and because very profound way the electric grid is present, and then they utilize everything. So if you need further more detail on that, just DM me, and